Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Daily Flow. I am grateful as always to have this opportunity to share your practice with you, and I am thrilled as ever that you have again chosen to set this time aside to focus on yourself. We're going to go ahead and get started, as we often do, with a little bit of breath work. But first, I would invite you to seat yourself in any comfortable seated posture. So any seated posture that allows you to hold your spine straight and vertical without the feeling of too much engagement in your core or in your psoas. And then for our breath work today, we're going to center the exercise around listening. So we'll start by closing the eyes. We'll just dive the attention as deep as we can into the sound of the breath. Let the breath be natural and steady. And deep as always. Don't seek to change the breath at all. Just dive into the sound of the breath. We'll hold that natural and steady rhythm of breath, and we'll just lightly start to squeeze the back of the throat, and so the breath will start to become noisy. This is a traditional yogic pranayama breathing technique called Ujjayi Pranayama. In English, Ujjayi means the victorious breath. Again, this exercise is centered around listening. So as we hold that engagement in the back of the throat, and as the breath becomes extra noisy, we're still going to stay focused on the sound of the breath. We'll sit here and we'll maintain this Ujjayi Pranayama for several more rounds. The name, victorious breath, comes from the fact that when you are focused on the sound of your Ujjayi, it is impossible to think about anything else. And thus, Ujjayi Pranayama grants you victory over your thoughts. Go 4 more rounds with eyes closed. Take one more big inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to release the engagement in the throat. So we'll release our Ujjayi. And we're going to slow down the rhythm of the breath now. And we're going to do an exercise which is basically the opposite. So Ujjayi Pranayama is basically the noisiest possible breath that you can do. And now we're going to seek to have the breath as quiet as it possibly can be, and we'll do that by slowing down the rate of the breath. You might even have to allow your mouth to hang open just a little bit and allow yourself to breathe a little bit out of the mouth. Maintain the full depth of the breath, but every time you're able to hear your breath, slow down even more. To help with this, close your eyes And be very conscious of the sound of the breath. Make sure that you can't hear it in the back of the throat. Or in the nose, or even in the sinuses. We're looking for total respiratory silence. And we'll hold that for 4 more breaths. And then we'll end with a big inhale. We'll fill the lungs. Push the shoulder blades into the back. Open the chest. Bring the chin up and hold the breath. As you exhale, we'll round the spine and we'll roll down into a child's pose. And we'll take a few recovery breaths in a child's pose.
You can start to let yourself roll back and forth from side to side here in your child's pose, and then we'll bring the left hand up and forward, the right hand down and back, and we'll just push and scoot over to the right side. We'll turn the legs so the right glute comes down to the mat. We'll turn the legs towards the front, and we'll bring the legs together, uncross the feet, pull the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, lift your head, lengthen your spine, bring your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, we'll slowly extend the legs and we'll come up into a boat pose. We'll take 2 breaths in a boat pose. And as you exhale now, nice and slow, squeeze the core, bring the heels down to where they almost touch, and the back of the small of the back down to where it almost touches, but don't let it touch. We'll take an inhale here. Exhale, the spine flat on the mat. And we'll straighten the legs up towards the ceiling for a waterfall pose. Inhale, you can lift the hips just a touch as you exhale. We'll bend the knees, we'll bring the soles of the feet down to the mat, and we'll push up into a bridge pose. Squeeze the glutes as they go up. And you can lift onto the balls of the feet if you'd like. And then we'll center the left foot as we extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Again, we'll inhale, lift. Exhale, bend that right leg. We'll cross right knee, right heel over left knee. We'll send both arms under the right calf. And we'll pull both legs up towards the chest for a thread the needle. Stretching the right glute, the right piriformis. As you exhale, we'll just extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Bind the fingers behind the left thigh. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, we'll roll right up to a seat. We'll keep the right heel crossed over the left knee. We'll turn that right knee up towards the ceiling. We'll send right arm back. Inhale, extend left arm up. And as you exhale, we'll cross left elbow to right knee. And we'll send the right arm back. You can take a bind if you'd like, or not. Any variation of a seated spinal twist that works for you. Ardha Matsyendrasana. And as you exhale, we'll turn the chest towards the front. We'll cross the legs. Anchor the palms beside the hips. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll lift any amount, anything that can. If you can, maybe you'd like to straighten the legs. Otherwise, you can hold the legs crossed. And as you exhale, we'll release nice and slow. The hips come back down. We'll bend the knees. We'll lift the knees again up towards the chest, legs uncrossed. Exhale, again, we'll find our boat pose. 2 breaths here in a boat. back down to where the heels don't quite touch. The small of the back doesn't quite touch either. Big inhale here. Exhale, the spine now flat on the mat. And the legs extended and pointed straight up towards the ceiling. You can use the legs here, the weight of the legs pushing into the small of the back to massage the back as you make little circles with the legs. And then we'll just lift the hips and we'll bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips again. We'll push up into our bridge pose. You can lift the heels if you'd like. This time we'll center the right foot and we'll lift and extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift everything. As you exhale, bend the left knee, cross the left heel over right knee, both hands under left calf to pull the crossed legs up towards the chest. We'll stretch the left glute, the left piriformis. You can rock a little from side to side if you'd like. And then we'll extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. We'll pull behind the right knee and we'll roll right back up to our seat. Keep left heel on right knee. Turn left knee towards the ceiling. Extend left arm back. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Turn the gaze back. Any variation of a seated spinal twist that works for you is fine. And we'll take a big breath here. We'll turn the gaze back. And as we exhale now, we'll turn nice and slow back towards the front. We'll cross the legs, one hand on each side of the hips. Push the palms down. We'll straighten the arms, lift the hips, lift any amount. Maybe you can straighten the legs forward, maybe not. We'll take an inhale here. Exhale, we'll release everything down. We'll take a bend in the knees, straighten the arms up towards the ceiling. And we'll take a bent knee, forward fold here. Take a big inhale. We'll lift halfway. Exhale, nice and slow. Point the toes. Let the hands slide on the legs. Roll back up to a seat. Pull on the knees. Cross the legs. We'll roll right over the knees now. We'll come up to a tabletop posture first. So the spine parallel to the floor. Anchor the palms and the fingers. Anchor the knees. Inhale, we'll push the heart down, lift the head and the tailbone, so a cow pose. And as you exhale, we'll take a cat pose. We'll also tuck the toes on the mat. And that way, as you inhale, we can push straight forward into a plank. Exhale, very slow, downward dog. 2 breaths in downward dog. Relax your neck, let your head hang. Close your eyes. And again, we'll listen. As you inhale, lift the heels. Hold the heels high, bend the knees first, then the chest and the chin down to that. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, let the knees slide as the hips come down. Inhale, we'll roll up into cobra, pushing into the palms. Bring the elbows in towards the ribs. And as you exhale, we'll bend the knees and push the hips all the way back to the heels. Release your neck. Let your head hang, so we'll have an extended child's pose. And again, on an inhale, we'll roll right back up to our tabletop posture. Cow first, big inhale. Then a cat. As we exhale, hook the balls of the feet. Inhale, extend forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. 2 breaths, eyes closed. Listen. Wherever you are, whatever's surrounding you right now, just listen. As you inhale, we'll lift the heels. We'll hold the heels high and we'll bend the knees on the exhale. Knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, let the knees slide as the hips come down. Inhale, push the palms down. Roll head, chest, and shoulders up slow into cobra. Exhale, all the way back to an extended child's pose. Maybe the palms slide on the mat. On your next inhale, we'll roll up to that tabletop posture. And we'll push into our cow. Exhale as we find our cat. We'll hook the balls of the feet. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, lift the heels, hold the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, then touch the chest and the chin to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, let the knees slide as the hips come down. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, all the way back to an extended child's pose. Let your palms slide, release your neck. Let your head come down and touch the mat. And then we'll roll up nice and slow. Onto all 4. Tuck the toes. We'll start to squeeze the core as we push the seat back. Inhale here, lift your head. Exhale, very slow. We'll float up into a downward dog. Inhale here, bend your knees. And as you exhale, we'll very slowly walk the feet towards the front of the mat. On your inhale, we'll lift halfway. And as you exhale, we'll fold. On your next inhale, let your fingers slide from back to front. We'll roll all the way up, right onto the balls of the feet. Lift the heels, hold the heels high. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to the center of the chest. Heels come down to the mat as well. We'll rock forward and back, heel to toe, heel to toe. We're going to do 3 sun salutations, 2 at normal speed, and then 1 very, very slowly, where we'll add a couple extra breaths for each posture. We'll start with the normal speed. Inhale, extend the arms, lift the hands, open. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale, nice and slow, crescent lunge. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Let this left leg slide, 3-legged dog. As we inhale, we push forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, just halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. On your inhale, lift right leg. And as you exhale, bring that right foot forward and push right up into your crescent lunge. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push the crown of the head forward. Exhale, drag the back foot 2 feet together. In, lift halfway. Out, fold. In, all the way up. Tips the toes, lift the heels. Hold the heels high. Exhale, palms to the heart, heels to the mat. Close your eyes. Again, rocking for just a moment. And as you inhale, we'll extend and open. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, slow. Crescent lunge. Inhale, extend upward. Exhale, fold. Let the right leg slide. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg. And as you exhale, one slow movement, pushing all the way up into crescent lunge. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push the head forward. Exhale, let the right foot slide as 2 feet come together. In, lift halfway. Out, fold. In all the way up to the tips of the toes. We'll lift the heels, hold the heels high. Exhale the palms now down to the center of the chest. We'll rock for one breath, forward and back. Lift the heels, then lift the toes. Allow yourself to sway. Close your eyes. On your next inhale, extend the arms, lift the hands open. Exhale as you fold. Right foot back. Inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold, and let this left leg slide on your inhale. Push forward into a plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Your inhale will lift the right leg. Your exhale will bring the right foot forward and push all the way up into crescent lunge. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push the crown of the head forward. Exhale, drag the back foot as 2 feet come together. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, right onto the tips of the toes. Lift the heels, hold the heels high, hold the breath, close your eyes. And as you exhale, bring the heels down to the mat, bring the hands down to the center of the chest. We'll keep moving on the left side. Inhale, extend the arms, lift the hands open. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, step left foot back. Exhale, slow and deliberate crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat. Let the right leg slide. Inhale, push forward to plank. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. On your inhale, lift the left leg. And as you exhale, bring that left foot forward and we'll push all the way up. It's the same exhale, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, crown of the head forward. Exhale, drag the back foot, 2 feet together. In, lift halfway. Out, fold. All the way up now, tips of the toes, lift the heels, hold the heels high. Exhale, we'll pull the hands down to the center of the chest. Close your eyes. Let yourself rock for just a moment. Heel to toe, heel to toe. And we'll do that slow speed salutation next. So it's the same flow, but we're going to go 2 breaths per posture. As we inhale, we'll extend the arms, we'll open the chest, and we'll take 2 breaths. And on the second exhale now, we'll fold down into that forward fold. And we'll take 2 breaths here in a forward fold. And on the second exhale, we'll step the right foot back and we'll push up now into crescent lunge. Again, 2 breaths in crescent lunge. You can close your eyes here if you'd like. Straighten your back leg. Hold your front shin vertical. And on your second exhale, hands to mat, the left leg slides. So 3-legged dog. 2 breaths. On your second inhale, we'll push forward into a plank. 2 breaths in plank. Second exhale, chaturanga. 2 breaths in chaturanga. Use one or both knees if that's too hard. Second inhale, upward dog. 2 breaths, upward dog. Second exhale, back to downward dog. Again, 2 breaths here in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Eyes closed. Remember that we're listening today. On your second inhale, we're going to lift the right leg. And we're going to have 2 breaths in a three-legged dog. Second exhale, very slowly, right foot forward. 1 transition for that exhale. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge on the other side. Again, close your eyes. 2 breaths. On the second exhale, we'll fold. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale, extend the head forward. Exhale, drag the back foot, 2 feet together. In, lift halfway. Out, fold. 2 breaths here. Standing forward fold. And then we'll let the fingers slide and we'll roll all the way up, right onto the balls of the feet. 2 breaths in Urdhva Hastasana with the heels high. On the second exhale now, the heels come down to the mat. The palms come down to the center of the chest. 2 breaths into Tadasana. You can rock a little bit if you like. On your next inhale, we'll take 2 breaths, either vertical or in a standing back bend. And as you exhale, we'll bend the knees and we'll turn that into a standing forward fold. And we'll have 2 breaths. You can pull on the toes if you'd like. On the second exhale, step that left leg back and push hard into crescent lunge. Close your eyes. Front shin vertical, back leg extended. Inhale, reaching up. Second exhale, hands to the mat. The right leg slides up towards the ceiling. 3-legged dog, 2 breaths. Listen. Listen to the sound of your breath. Maybe it's raining. Maybe it's not. Listen to your surroundings as we inhale. We push forward. 2 breaths in plank. Chaturanga. You guessed it, 2 breaths. Inhale. Upward dog. 2 breaths in upward dog. Second exhale, we roll back to downward dog. 2 breaths in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Eyes closed, just listening. On your second inhale, lift the left leg. We'll have 2 breaths in a 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, we'll bring that left foot forward nice and slow, and we'll push hard and slow right up in to a crescent lunge. And we'll have 2 breaths in Anjaneyasana. On your second exhale now, we'll fold the hands to the mat. Inhale, extend the crown of the head forward. Exhale, very slow, drag that back foot, 2 feet together. In, lift halfway. Out, fold. Again, you can pull on the toes if you'd like.
And then nice and slow, we'll let the fingers slide. Bend the knees, we'll roll all the way up to the balls of the feet. Lift the heels, hold the heels high, 2 breaths. Urdhva Hastasana. And then as you exhale, the heels come back down to the mat. The hands come to the center of the chest. Close your eyes. On your next inhale, now we'll extend the arms as we bend the knees. We'll start to drop the seat and we'll drop right into a chair pose. Roll your toes up off the mat and close your eyes here. And again, we'll listen for 3 breaths. And as you inhale, we'll anchor the toes on the left foot and we'll lift the right knee. We'll point the right big toe up towards the ceiling and the pointer finger of both hands up towards the ceiling as well. And we'll have the head, chest, and shoulders low, the arms straight, and the right leg bent. And if you'd like to make that just a little more challenging, you can lift the left heel up off the mat. And so we'll just be on the ball of the left foot. We'll hold that left heel high. And as you exhale, we'll drop the left heel down to the mat. We'll rock up to a vertical spine. Drop the right hand to the right heel, the right big toe, the right ankle, or the right calf or knee. Really, whatever works for you. We'll set the spine vertical. Left hand in the center of the chest. And as you exhale, extend that right leg any amount. We'll extend the left arm out to the left side to counterbalance that. Udita Hasta Padangustasana. We'll have 4 breaths here. And as you exhale, we'll bend that right knee and we'll set the right heel on the left thigh. We'll swing the left hand behind the back. We'll pull on that left hand with the right hand. We'll anchor the left hand on the right hip. And we'll pull back on the right knee with the right hand. And so we'll take a bound tree pose. As you exhale, we'll release. We'll extend that right leg back. And we'll drop the left hand inside. The left leg will squeeze left knee into left shoulder. And we'll extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. I'll take 2 more breaths here in a sunken side angle. And as you exhale, we'll let the left knee slide. On the left arm, we'll extend the arms away from each other. Turn the gaze forward, close your eyes. Eyes closed, just listening. Warrior 2. And then we'll turn the left palm up to face the ceiling. We'll fix the gaze in the palm of the left hand. And we'll lean back into a reverse warrior. You can pull on that right knee if you'd like. As you exhale, we'll straighten the left leg. So we'll turn that into a reverse triangle. We'll take a big inhale. And as you exhale, we'll swing head, chest, and shoulders towards the front. And we'll come right down into Trikonasana or triangle pose. Exhale, we'll bend that left knee. As we drop right hand down to the mat, we'll walk the left foot out to the left side. And we'll have a high lizard lunge first. Squeeze the left knee into the left shoulder for just a moment. And then as you exhale, drop right knee, top of right foot. We'll push one of the tips of the fingers. Inhale, lift head, chest, shoulders. Exhale, hands to the mat first. And then if you feel comfortable, you can drop the elbows. If you don't feel comfortable, you can stay on the straightened arms. Maybe somewhere between 2. as you inhale, we'll straighten the arms. We'll hook the ball of the right foot on the mat. And we'll step back on an exhale to a downward dog. We'll have 2 breaths in a downward dog. As you inhale, now we'll roll forward into plank. We'll go from plank directly into upward dog by sinking the hips, lifting the head. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll bend the elbows, lift the hips, and drop the chest. We'll come right into chaturanga. Inhale here. Exhale, very slow, plank. And then back to downward dog. Again, 2 breaths in downward dog. As you inhale, bend your knees. As you exhale, bring the feet forward any way you'd like. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, tips the toes, lift the heels. Exhale, heels to the mat, hands to the heart. Inhale, extend the arms, bend the knees, drop the seat, Utkatasana. Roll the toes up off the mat. Close your eyes. On this next exhale now we'll anchor the toes of the right foot. We'll lift the left knee, point the left toes, drop head, chest, and shoulders. Both hands and big toe of left foot pointed up towards the ceiling. Head, chest, and shoulders low. Right side of the rib cage touching the right thigh. Get yourself comfortable here. And if you'd like to make this harder, roll the heel of the right foot off the mat. Right heel high. Really working to maintain that balance. As you exhale, drop the right heel down to the mat. We'll keep the left knee bent. We'll lift the left foot. Any hold that you'd like, anywhere with left hand on left leg. Set the spine vertical first, right hand in front of the chest. And as you exhale, extend that left leg any amount. We'll extend the right arm to counterbalance it. So Udita Hasta Padangustasana. 4 breaths. On this next exhale now, bend that left leg. Set the left leg, the left foot on the right thigh, left hand to left knee. We're going to swing that right arm behind and we'll bind right hand on the left thigh as we pull back on the left knee with the left hand. So we'll have a bound tree pose. Take another big inhale here. As you exhale, extend that left leg back and we'll drop the right hand inside the right foot. Squeeze right knee into right shoulder. And extend left arm up towards the ceiling. For sunken side angle. Close your eyes here if you'd like. And remember that we're listening today. Take an inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll push hard. We'll let that right arm slide on the right knee. And we'll come right up to Warrior Two. Turn your gaze towards the front. Nice and slow. Turn the right palm up towards the ceiling. Fix the gaze in the palm of the right hand. As you inhale, rock head, chest, and shoulders back. We can pull on the left leg if we'd like, but we'll push the heart up as the head goes back for reverse warrior. And then as you exhale, we'll extend that right leg and turn into a reverse triangle. Inhale here. Exhale, now we'll rock. Head, chest, and shoulders towards the front. And we'll slide down into a triangle. Make sure that the spine stays long. Your exhale now, bend the right knee, push the right knee forward, bring both hands down to the mat, walk the right foot out to the right side. Lifted lizard lunge first. And exhale as you drop left knee, top of left foot. We'll rock onto the tips of the fingers, hips low, head high. Inhale. Exhale. Hands, palms, elbows, forearms on the mat. Lizard lunge. Inhale, we'll straighten the arms. We'll hook the ball of the left foot on the mat. And as you exhale, we'll step right back to downward dog. We'll have 2 breaths in downward dog, eyes closed, ears open, listening this afternoon, listening to the sound of your breath, listening to the sound of the world around you, listening to what is coming from inside. We'll extend forward into a plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale right into an upward dog. We'll take an inhale and upward dog. And as we exhale, bend the elbows, lift the hips, drop the chest. Chaturanga. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, plank. Downward dog. 2 breaths in downward dog. Close your eyes and let go of everything else. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, hop or walk the feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. On the inhale, we'll come all the way up. We'll lift the heels. Exhale, palms come down to the center of the chest. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step right foot back to the end of the mat. We'll have a low lunge first. Then we'll push into the tips of the fingers. So we'll make this just a lifted low lunge by squeezing the left leg. The fingers now floating low lunge. As you exhale, drop right palm to the mat. As you inhale, extend left arm up towards the ceiling. Easy twist. Attention to the left sits bone, the left glute, which is spinning back. The left arm, which is extending up. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, drop right knee, top of right foot. We'll send that left arm back parallel to the back of the mat. And we'll bend the right knee. Maybe you can take the bind, maybe not. Either way, push the hips down and forward. As you exhale now, we'll release the hand. We're going to dig the ball of the right foot into the mat. We're going to set the left fingertips close to the front left corner of the mat. Keep the left knee bent, and we'll roll right up into a half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana. Hips and chest parallel to the right side of the room. Again, if you want to make that a little bit harder, you can lift the left heel. Exhale, left heel comes back down. We'll send the right foot back. We'll dig the whole right foot into the mat and let the fingers slide from back to front as we power up into Warrior One. We'll have 2 breaths in Warrior One. The entire back foot on the mat, the hips turning forward, left knee bent, left shin vertical. Inhale, extending up. And as you exhale, we're going to open the chest. We'll send the arms back. Inhale, we'll lean forward, peel the right heel off the mat, extend forward into Superwoman. Big inhale here. Exhale, right elbow, left knee, both hands to the center of the chest. Now, revolved east side pose. As you exhale, we'll drop the right knee, the top of the right foot, and we'll let that right arm spin back. We can push on the inner left knee, and we'll lean back, dig the right shoulder blade into the back, open the chest. We have a back bend happening here. Push the hips forward. On your exhale, dig the ball of the right foot into the mat, and we'll pivot into a wide-legged forward fold. Lace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, extend the arms up off the hips. Push the hands towards the ceiling. Relax the neck, let the head hang. Close your eyes. Exhale, we're going to hold that bind as we lift head, chest, and shoulders. Keep the hands off the seat, and we'll just slide the toes, turn towards the front of the mat. So we'll have bound crescent lunge first. The right heel is still on the mat. Open the chest, inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll lean this forward again, but now towards the front of the mat, and we'll turn it into a humble warrior. Exhale, release, let the fingers slide. We'll lift just a moment into our Superwoman. And as we exhale, the hands come down. Left leg slides up towards the ceiling. Three-legged dog first. Inhale as we roll forward to plank. Exhale, Ashtangasana, 8 points of contact. Knees, chest, chin, palms, toes. Exhale, let the knees slide as the hips come down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, extend your arms, bend your knees, dig the balls of the feet into the mat, and we'll push right into downward dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, it's up to you if you'd like to hop or walk the feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, tips the toes, lift and hold and close your eyes. Exhale, palms to heart, heels to the mat. On the inhale, we'll move directly into the other side. Extend the arms, open the chest. Exhale, nice and slow, fold. Inhale, step left foot back to the end of the mat. And then we'll push up into the tips of the fingers for that lifted low lunge. And as you exhale again, we're going to squeeze the right leg and we'll turn that into a floating low lunge by lifting the fingertips just off the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, we'll drop left arm as we extend right arm forward. We'll open into our easy twist. And as you exhale, it's left knee, top of left foot down from that. We'll extend that right arm back, turn the gaze back. If you feel comfortable, you can take the bind here, hips down and forward, even as the right shoulder, the right arm spin back. As you exhale now, we're going to release. We'll dig the ball to the left foot of the mat. We'll set the right fingertips by the front right corner of the mat. The right knee stays bent, and we'll lift right into Ardha Chandrasana on the other side. So there's that half moon pose, chest and hips parallel to the left wall of the room. And again, if you want to make that more difficult, lift the right heel. Maybe bring the right hand up off the mat, just on the ball of the right foot. Really working for the balance. And as you exhale, nice and slow, dig the left foot into the mat and let the fingers slide from back to front. Nice and slow. We'll push up into our warrior one. Close your eyes here if you'd like. Inhale, extend upward. As you exhale, we're going to open the chest, swinging the arms back. Inhale, push forward, super one. Exhale, left elbow to right knee there. That revolved east side again. As you exhale, we'll drop left knee and top of the left foot. We're going to let this left arm swing back. We'll take that light back bend as we push the hips down and forward. You can feel the left shoulder blade pushing into the back. Half warrior two and a little bit of a back bend. And as you exhale, bring the hips back. We'll hook the ball of the left foot into the mat. And we'll pivot. Right into our bound wide-legged forward fold. On the other side, so we'll bind the fingers behind the back, straighten the arms, push the hands up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes and listen. Just listen. Without expecting maybe to hear anything, just listen and see what you can hear. Maybe your breath, maybe something more. I'm going to hold this bind now as we lift the head, chest, and shoulders. We'll slide the right toes towards the front. So we'll have bound crescent lunge. Big inhale, open the chest. And as you exhale, now we'll lean forward. Into our humble warrior on the other side. Inhale, we'll lift the arms. As we exhale, we'll release. We'll let the arms slide. We're going to lift again, just a moment into our Superwoman. And as you exhale, hands to the mat. We'll peel the left heel off the mat. And we'll let that right leg slide. Three-legged dog first. Big inhale. We push forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, bring your knees down to the mat. And we'll cross the legs as the seat goes back. I'm going to scoot forward to the center of my mat. You might want to do the same thing. I'll turn the palms up to face the ceiling. We'll set the spine long and we'll touch thumbs to pointer fingers of both hands. And then nice and slow on an exhale, we'll round the spine, pull on the knees, flare the shoulder blades back. And as you inhale, extend the legs and push the heart forward. As we extend the arms, we'll take a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. My back is bothering me a little bit today, so I won't go too far into Paschi. And as you exhale, roll back up to a seat. Very slowly bend the knees. Roll back down onto the back. Bend the knees and bring the knees up towards the shoulders. Push with the hands on the mat. Roll the hips off the mat so the knees come up towards the shoulders. Push the elbows down into the mat. And extend the legs up towards the ceiling. And then we'll squeeze the legs together. Point the toes up. As you exhale now, bend the right knee and cross right heel in front of left knee. And if you can, lift the right hand up and push up on the right knee with the right hand. And as you exhale, we'll release that right arm extends back and the crossed right leg and left leg extend back behind the head as well. Nice and slow. Uncross the legs. And we'll roll back down onto the back. Massage the back for just a moment. Anchor the feet into the mat. We'll roll the hips very slowly up off the mat. Turn the palms towards the ceiling. Push the hips up towards the ceiling as well. We'll come up into a bridge pose. As you exhale, roll the spine back down onto that. We'll bring one hand under each glute, the palms facing the floor. Inhale, roll up into a fish pose, Metsyasana. Very little weight on the top of the head. And as you exhale, straighten the neck, and we'll roll right back down onto the back. Again, we'll bend the knees. Again, we'll use the hands to push the hips up off the mat and roll the knees up towards the shoulders. Hands digging into the hips. We'll extend the legs up towards the ceiling and we'll come back to Sarvangasana, back to a shoulder stand. Not a posture that is suggested if you have neck problems or glaucoma. Squeeze the legs together first. And then we'll bend the left knee. We'll cross left heel in front of right knee. And if you can, we'll lift the left arm and we'll push up on that left knee with the left hand. As you exhale now, extend the left arm and the crossed left leg under right knee behind the head. Nice and slow now. We'll roll everything back down to the mat. We'll bend the knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Extend the arms out to each side. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll just roll both knees over to the left side. We'll take a few breaths in a simple spinal twist. And then we'll roll back down. Let the knees sway back and forth from side to side like windshield wipers in the car for just a moment. So we'll release any tension in the small of the back. And then we'll roll the other way. Keep the knees together. You can pull a little bit with the left hand. So we take our spinal twist going the other way. And then we exhale. The hips come back down to the mat. And again, we'll let the knees swing from side to side like windshield wipers in the car. And we'll just slowly scoot the feet towards the front of the mat. Extend the legs out flat. We'll turn the palms towards the ceiling. We'll close the eyes and we'll listen. It's raining here. It's a really beautiful noise to listen to. Maybe it's raining where you are, or maybe it's not. There's some other noise that you can focus on. Maybe just the sound of your breath. Either way now, we'll sink down into the stillness of Shavasana. I'll leave you 3 minutes, and I'll remind you to come back to your body after that. And slow now, we'll become aware of the feeling in the body first, and we'll take these next 3 breaths to transition into the body. And then finally we'll start to move the body. We'll squeeze the glutes, point the toes, make fists, and we'll push the heels and the shoulder blades down as we lift the hips. Big inhale here. Exhale, nice and slow. Release everything. Inhale, push the shoulder blades into the back. Arch the chest, lift the heart. As we exhale, the spine flat on the mat. Bend the knees now. Extend the arms back beyond the head. We'll let the hips and the knees sway for just a moment from side to side. And then as we exhale, we'll roll off onto the left side. 2 breaths here. Still just listening. As we exhale, we'll roll back up to a seat. As you inhale, extend the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull the hands down to the center of the chest. Inhale, here, pure love. Exhale, the hands now up to the center of the throat. Inhale, here, pure communication. Exhale, the hands now up to the center of the forehead. Inhale, here, pure awareness. Exhale, as you turn the palms up to face the ceiling, thumbs touching pointer fingers. We'll take an inhale, the hands just above the head, pure consciousness. As we exhale, namaste. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. I will see you all again very, very soon. Thank you as always.